So I just finished season 49 actually about 3 minutes ago. Just saw spoilers. Savannah taking the crown. And we're gonna do some forecasting for 50. I'm not gonna go too into that because like the time will come when I talk about that. Actually, when when the season's airing. But overall, 49 as a whole. And I was gonna start off with the final three. I actually really enjoyed this final three, and I could see like I don't know who I'd vote for. Obviously, one because I wasn't there, but I think they all have reasons to win their votes. And inherently, I'm biased. My preseason winner pick was Sophie, and I was looking for vengeance because I did no season 48 videos, and I finally got my winner pick right with 48 with Kyle, but I didn't do any videos, so it doesn't. I mean, it doesn't matter to me personally, but like I want to do my victory lap, and so I was really rooting for Sophie, but I kind of came to terms with that probably not happening back last week with the knowledge is power. It's just a blunder that's so brutal because it's in front of the whole jury. But despite that, I thought Sophie had a real shot going into there. I can delude myself very easily with my winner picks, so I can ignore all the signs and say they will win. And Sophie got 2 votes there. She was close. I mean, and then I'm going a little around, but Christina's jury question might have been the best jury moment in this whole format that's been going on since like Game Changers. Because it was the first time that someone like really was put on the spot. It didn't end up mattering as far as like the votes go, but it was a great moment. I think this format needs more moments like that provide like true juicy drama moments. It wasn't cruel. It was just a question that Christina felt like Savannah wouldn't be able to answer, and she was right. Savannah couldn't answer it. It doesn't matter. Savannah played the best game in the eyes of the jury, so she gets the votes anyway. But hey, it was a great moment. And again, that goes into me. I see a moment like that. I'm like, oh, that looks good for Sophie. She might get a vote because of that. Overall, I probably enjoyed more than most people. A lot of people didn't like the pre-merge, I heard. I enjoyed the pre-merge. The only part, weirdly enough, the tribe swap I thought was the slowest part of this season, which normally everyone's screaming for a tribe swap. They don't do them that often. I think just the way it ended up falling and the tribe that was going to council in the the first swap, it just ended up being pretty generic with the yellow tribe people going home 2 times in a row. But then that second swap, and it was more juicy. So yeah, but I like watching the tribe get decimated if it's like drama and I care about the people who are going. And the blue tribe, for the most part, I was invested in those people. Like Jeremiah, I enjoyed him going early. I was like, damn. When it was Jeremiah, Alex, and Sophie, I didn't want any of them to go. And even when Jake was there also, I didn't want any of them to go. I think the strongest part of the season easily was the merge. It only really was slow, I think, during the Sophie boot. The Steven boot, I don't even think it was predictable, but the vote-wise, he got a lot of votes. But it was shocking that he got betrayed like that, and you have all the knowledge is power and that chaos going on, so it made it interesting. And then just the picking off of this 7 alliance after Nate goes, I think led to a fun merge. A lot of the problems that I have with the season just come from knowing who's on 50. Like, I knew Rizzo and Savannah were on 50, so I knew they would probably go deep in the game, most likely the finale. And then specifically with Savannah, the tribe she was on, and the other tribes having winners, and there not being a winner besides this unknown Savannah, it kind of all pointed to her being a winner, which led to this season being a bit predictable. And I wish they didn't do that. Obviously, like, it's only something the people who are really in on Survivor are going to notice. But it's just unfortunate because I don't like knowing who's most likely going to win before the season even starts. That's why my winner pick was Sophie. I didn't want to just, like, pick Savannah because that's not exactly hard to do. All the signs were pointing there. And I got as close as you could get. I got second place. So I'm not that mad about that. All I really want from my winner picks is an enjoyable ride. And Sophie, I was thinking was going to win up until the week before this finale. And then during the finale, since I can delude myself, I convinced myself that Sophie has a good shot of winning up until the votes were being read. And that's all I want for my winners. I think it was a very strong cast. I think there was a lot of good options for 50. Even as it's being finished. like the choices they made. Savannah is a player I definitely want to see again. I'm a little worried that she is going to be screwed. Whether she won or not, everyone that is on that cast going into season 50 is going to view her as the winner just because they're going to see the same things we're seeing. We got D as the winner of this tribe, Kyle, the winner of this tribe. None of us won. Who's this Savannah girl? Probably won. So that's going to be tough sledding for her. I think she is most likely not going to make the merge, but I would enjoy. I think if she can get along with, like, she would probably connect with someone like D. She had a very D type of win, in my opinion. A bit more in on the bottom, less dominant, but I think personality wise, they could get along. Or maybe they're too similar and they can fight. I don't know. As for Rizzo, I liked Rizzo a lot more than I thought I would when I heard there was someone on the cast that was going by the name Riz God. Especially like Rizzo's such a cool ass name anyways. You don't need to be the Riz God. But him getting Jeff to say Riz God, I think is a good moment. And when he was reading the chase scroll and he said, "Chat, I'm cooked." He Rizzo had some good moments. So I enjoyed him. I can't wait to see. I believe he's gonna be on a tribe with like Colby next season. I can't wait to see Rizzo with the old school players to see how he interacts. And I think he genuinely played a great game. I mean, he pretty much leveraged an idol throughout the entire merge and never had to play it. I don't know if he would have got the votes. It came across like the jury was a bit peeved by the things he was doing. But I think Rizzo is probably the best strategic player from this season. As for people that I also thought would be good choices for 50, I'm going to be biased. Sophie, I think she was great. She endured so much. She went through anyone that could go through absolute destruction of a tribe and come out and pretty much chill all the way to the end is a dominant player in some aspect. I think Sophie is a great player at just never getting their name read. And she also showed some win equity. Even though she didn't win, she got 2 votes. There were people that saw her as a good enough player to win. And it wasn't just 1, it was 2. You just swing 2 more votes that way, and Sophie's the winner. I would have loved a Jawan or Sage also. Specifically Sage. Sage showed a lot of game that I don't think she got credit for. And, like, I wasn't lying about this. I could have seen any one of these people winning based off their game. I think Sage also showed a lot of dominance strategically. Her biggest blunder probably was just not getting the votes on Savannah earlier, or Sophie, or Rizzo even in the merge boot. Jawan, but that's a Jawan and Sage blunder. They both had power, but didn't cut off the biggest threats to them, which were Savannah, Sophie, and Rizzo, that 3 alliance. As far as New Era seasons, it's not my top 3. 45, 46, and 47 are my 3 favorite New Eras. But I like it more in 48. So I guess if we're judging just based off of 90 minutes, it's better than 48. I don't know exactly where it falls, but I enjoyed myself with this season. I got to sit on it a little bit. It's a different type of experience because I was going to the season having a good idea who the winner was, and that does affect the viewing experience. Again, I just feel like all the winners are going to have a tough time on 50, and Savannah especially being seen as an unknown. We'll see. I don't want her to go, but it's going to be tougher. And a quick preview, I won't talk about 50 until like the day before it airs, but I don't have a winner pick yet. I'm going to wait. I like waiting until I see like the pre-cast interviews. That usually gives me a good headspace, and it's worked out well ever since I've been doing that. I mean, my picks have been like Genevieve, Kyle, and Sophie. They've all been fun watches, even if they didn't win. And I think I can identify who's going to ball out on the season, at least through those interviews. So I'm going to wait for those before I make a pick. But I'm probably going to be more biased. I'm going to be straight up. The people I want to pick, I'll just go off the list. From the New Era, Kyle, because he gave me my first ever correct winner pick. I want to put more faith in him, reward him for doing me right. But, I mean, I don't see how he wins, considering that's the season they all watched right before he went out, and he won it in a pretty dominant way. I think he's one of the best New Era winners. Another pick, Genevieve. Genevieve is probably my favorite winner pick to watch and my favorite player from the New Era. And I know she's a great player. I'm a little worried about her threat level, but I don't see her being the biggest threat, so I'd like to root for her. Q from the new era, because it's Q. I mean, what else do I need to say? A Q win sounds like the weirdest season of all time. I would love to see what that looks like. Suri, she's always going to go out in a weird way, but she usually makes it far, and she's also probably the fifth best player ever. In that realm, definitely the best to never win. But, I mean, you just saw in Australia versus the world, she can come and still ball. And I think, physically wise, is going to be better than people expect in this season. Because she was actually pretty decent in Australia versus the world. Suri doesn't age. She only gets stronger. She's almost like Kratos. Sure, Suri's Kratos. Finally, Coach. I love Coach. I think Coach actually is going to have a good chance of winning. He is maybe my favorite person on 50, at least going in. Probably him or Genevieve. And I would love a Coach win. I'm convincing myself as of now that Coach's story is bigger than winning the million. It's the fourth time the conclusion to the Dragon Slayer. Season 50 is the season of the Dragon Slayer, and I'm excited. It's not about all 50 seasons of Survivor. It's about Coach's fourth season.
I'll start with a quote from Magellan. Life is for the bold to seize the opportunity when it comes.
Rick makes his move, and with that, Coach
not
gives what
those
appeared
poor
to be a
intrepid
Dragon Slayer
souls
move.
that stay close to shore.
It looked to be,
But it is the person that goes
Dragon
out
Slayer
in the storm that reap the high rewards.